Hello. Great to see you all. Let's see. It's hard to believe it's been 5 years. I graduated in 2006, and I'm still in the Bay Area, still writing a lot. Steffi Drews. Oh, yes. What have I been doing? I've had work as a copywriter, a nanny, an English tutor, an ESL tutor, a bookseller, freelance proofreader, assorted things. And I've been published in various journals, print and web. I've been a contributing editor for Make, a literary magazine, which comes out of Chicago. And I've been fortunate enough to be published in some publications that were started by CCA students, such as Monday Night and Beeswax Magazine. And I understand there's some tracts writing up there. I think I have a piece over there. And what else? A couple of, I've made it to the finalist stage in a couple of book contests. So close, but no cigar. And I have a couple of poems tonight. This one is Year of the Tiger. The rain is coming slantways now and biting into both my eyes. Leon says, stop looking at your watch. He says, a year is really nothing if measured in thumbprints or dumplings, in dogs not headed or one-syllable bird calls. I almost choose a walking stick set to sharp rhythms. But when I decide against it, he lets me keep the arrowhead we find buried in the leaves. Leon says there is no such thing as a lost cause. True, larks occasionally get their limbs tucked in a thicket or stuck under a bear claw, begging for blue air. But the important thing to remember is that blood looks blue through our skin, so we feel safe, contained. I point to the painting of a green hilly landscape with a giant sky. Leon coughs. He says the other day he found a freestanding fungus, and you know what it told him? Stop being chicken shit, such a waste of your time. I could tell by his eyebrows he wasn't kidding around. In fact, that's how we talk about building ships and making music and dropping pennies down a well. I think back to the day that we first bumped into each other, into particles that became part of a larger lightweight contraption. Way back when Little Bear was not to be trusted. The day he caught me talking on the phone and unwinding all the kite string into a puddle. Leon wasn't even looking, but still muttered under his breath, the best way to bury accidents by far is to let them breathe. There's no way of telling what's under this next rock. I curl my tongue to kill time. And because he's not a fan of fortune cookies, I keep the little white slips hidden. He found one stashed in my jacket and scribbled on reverse. Go milk a moose jaw for Mother's Day and see what it spouts. Now we're laughing at these tide pools. And now we're in the forest scooping up mud puppies into a bucket. You don't have to explain how some people are born with bird feathers in their back pockets, or what it is to value poles more than horseshoes, more than comets, and more than pearls. It's no secret to us. Some people are born treading water. And the second one is more of a prose poem structure. The working title is Closed Captions. Haven't been able to swivel my neck like I used to, a sure sign that I'm only half the raider I once was. Still assuming different accents and opening tin cans with my teeth in an attempt to appear unpredictable. And, as always, what to do about the horns. A macaw on the power line mimics a car alarm. The archaeologist peers deep into my ear, into my unseen singing and says this tendency toward wild divergence, this too swift immersion indicates a lack of that raw bulletin feed that enhances every other tunnel vision. This and that ache that develops in my upper channels. We discussed that over pie. But we are thinking about this. We masticate in present tense. My limbs are full of silt, and I cannot tell where the vibrations are coming from before they leave his mouth. If breathing is simultaneous to every other movement or measurement, if the most beautiful knots only open to reveal smaller, tighter, more intricate knots, if the old woman can read my thoughts as she originally promised, then it all comes down to symbols of the human heart, taking in scattered landmarks or talking in urgent hand gestures. Pretend for a moment the aces are wild. In fact, aces are always wild, but you still risk everything. You think about not being able to see the sky exactly as you remember it from 1 year ago. Or you start imagining a painted hedge or a hornet swarm. You wait for the unraveling salt wind and notice a sudden drop in temperature, as if a body were about to faint, as if a body wanted to write a line about losing faith, but changed its mind and wrote something about the jungle canopy instead. Thank you.